And we're back. So we talked about college, now we talk about the NFL. So I guess where do we want to start? The fact that this podcast got the Chiefs right with their 1-2 start.
No, you're just
Oh,
trying to cover up
yeah.
all the other shit that's wrong with them. Because that's all you're doing. You're trying to present the best case scenario of what we've done, and then we have to show them our body of work, which is about to happen. It's terrible. We don't know how to pick NFL games. You have no clue.
But I feel like I'm back in Mr. Dillinger's class. Show your work, but I don't wanna.
I don't want to. I can't explain it. It works. It doesn't work. Oh, yeah, it's been terrible. It's rough. And now, like, to come back, you have to pick outrageous games to try to make up the difference. Like, that's not going to happen. Well,
So, I've got a question for you guys. Okay, without Googling, do you know who leads the league in passing yards right now?
Derek Carr.
Yep, over 1,200 yards in 3 games.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He's letting it fly.
And they're 3-0, and Carr's looking like he might actually be worth that money this year.
Just spamming Darren Waller.
Hey, that meme I sent was spot on.
It was spot on. I was like, oh yeah, spam Darren Waller over the middle.
Just ignore Josh Jacobs in the backfield.
No, do not ignore him. Get that ankle healthy, please. God, he's killing me in fantasy football. both fucking teams.
Have you won a game yet in our league?
Let's not talk about that. I'm 3-0 in the other one. It's supposed to be $500, so I'm holding on to that. Desperate. I'm over here trying to make major trades. I offered Dorian a trade. He hasn't responded to me.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll get it. We'll talk about that.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but Derek Carr is 200 yards ahead of Brady. Oh,
Yeah.
130 yards ahead of Brady, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And Brady has been killing it.
Yeah, and Brady's had a great year. Exactly.
Yeah.
Derek Carr just slinging that rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mahomes is not. And we called it. I mean, we called it when this started. I know we joked about it, but the Chiefs do not look right, and we said that they would struggle.
Yeah.
I just didn't trust what they did with their offensive line.
Yeah.
Still don't. It hasn't worked. They don't run the ball consistently, which
So
no matter how many times you throw the ball a game, if you can't run, it ain't gonna work.
So what's the cure for that? Let's sign Josh Gordon.
Yeah. I need more weapons that I don't have time to throw to.
Exactly. Will he even play? He's on the practice squad, so he'll have a couple of episodes of the practice squad. And the next thing you know,
Weed's okay now. They're not testing for weed, so he'll be fine.
Some people just mess up a lot though. I'm pretty sure he had a DUI too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Antonio Brown still has a job, there's a spot for Josh Gordon.
When they let Greg Hardy fight in the UFC, I was like, what the hell? Why? Like, he threw his girlfriend on like a bed with
bed of AK?
loaded guns.
Yeah, bed of AK. Like, he has violent problems, so yeah, let's let him fight. Like, you don't encourage that shit.
Letting his aggression out against someone else.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, you would think that they would try to add someone on the defensive side to at least help stop somebody, because they're
no. But you know what? Hey, let's give Mahomes $40 or $50 million a year, because that's going to help our salary cap.
Oh, Adam's percentage thing again. Quarterback percentage of the salary cap. Here it comes.
Am I wrong?
I haven't been able to prove that wrong, but what has been happening, Adam, is the teams that are coming west, I'm pretty sure, have a winning record. I want to go over it. I have to look at it for sure. Okay. It's your theory is getting shredded this year, I think.
Yeah. So,
but you seem to be right about the quarterback percentage of salary cap for sure.
And it's not just the quarterback. I mean, you can extrapolate out to all positions, but it's mostly the quarterback. It's when you pay one person a large amount of your salary cap of a hard cap, you don't have money to go around to build the team.
Was it over 13 point something percent?
The statistic I saw was like 15%.
Okay. It's not good.
Good. No, it's not good. Because you cannot build a team around them.
Right.
But then again, if you have a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger, that's just garbage, straight up garbage.
He looks like he has two wooden legs.
Yeah.
He looks like that dude from Family Guy, the sea captain, the peg legs. I'm serious. He looks so stiff, man. Like, quit. It looks like it
Yeah.
hurts. Get a hover around.
Just retire and let Mason Rudolph take over. Just
Right.
please.
Ride around the golf cart like Dion does. Like,
Yeah,
just
just-
don't walk anymore. It looks like it hurts.
I
Exactly.
don't care. Fake an injury. I don't care. Just get off the field because it's painful to watch.
That video of him just tripping while trying to throw. Jeez.
So
Those are feet.
if you're Mike Tomlin, when do you make the call?
I don't think you can.
You got to just chalk this up as a loss and let him finish the year.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, with Roethlisberger, I hate to say it, but he's earned the right to go out on his own terms. But his terms are done. I mean, he just doesn't have it anymore.
They're going to have to tell him in the offseason if he doesn't do it himself, which
Yeah.
is going to be tough. It's going to be a tough conversation.
And that's what I'm saying. Just he needs to fake an injury, go, oh, my hamstring hurts or whatever. But I mean, just because it's bad. Listen to their next upcoming games. Okay, at douchebag Green Bay, Denver, Seattle, Cleveland. Is there a win in there?
Sure doesn't seem like it.
That's a 1-6 start.
Not without being able to push the ball downfield.
No.
Right.
And to your point, Dorian, if they actually do go 1-6, then Tomlin's just gonna have to just pull the plug and say we're done. Because I don't think a Pittsburgh coach has had a losing record. I think it's like 20 or 25 years since the Steelers have actually had a losing record.
Yeah. You're right. Because I know that 90 they went to the Super Bowl 95?
97. They went
97?
They went right before Elway's 2. Now Elway won his 2 in 98 and 99. So I want to say they went 97. That was against Dallas, so BJ can tell us for sure.
That was the 95 Super Bowl. 94
okay.
season.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them. But I think before that Super Bowl year, I think 93 was like their last losing season because it's when they had Barry Foster was the running back and he got okay. I think it was the year to where they had Jerome Bettis. No, not Jerome Bettis. No, it wasn't him. No, they had Barry Foster. Barry Foster was their running back. He got hurt, and I think the last time they had a losing season. I think it's in 93.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now, but
Yeah.
I know it's been a while because some of the Steelers fans that I'm friends with, they're like, well, they haven't had a losing record. They haven't had a losing record. So, actually, it was just saw it 2003 was the last time they had a losing record, and actually makes sense because do you know who they drafted that year? Ben Roethlisberger.
Right. And before their quarterback was it Charlie
Tommy
Bass?
Maddox. It was Tommy Maddox.
Right. Tommy Maddox and Charlie
He
Bass
of XFL fame.
Yeah. Yeah. Tommy Maddox. Is he coaching now?
I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not up on my Tommy Maddox history. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, I know he played for the Broncos. He was Elway's backup for a while.
Yep. But speaking of the Broncos, I mean, talk about a team that looks rejuvenated.
They have not played anybody.
No, they have not played anybody, but they look competent.
Yeah, 3-0 feels good. Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, when they played the Chargers, when they played the Chiefs, we'll know for sure. Hell, when they play the Steelers in 2 weeks, we'll know for sure.
Yes.
But it amazes me just how much just a competent quarterback can change the dynamic of the team.
We need to talk about something though. What's the combined record of the teams they played?
0-9.
0-9.
Yeah.
0-9. The Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets. And they only managed the highest point total in either of those games is 27 points.
Yeah. And as we know, the whole state of New York football is just terrible. Someone wanted Kenny Galladay on the fantasy team, and that was a really dumb choice. because you got to worry about who the quarterback is too. And then the other team in there is Jacksonville. And Jacksonville just looks spent. Dorian, I do have a question for you. Okay.
Mhm.
When they were up 19-10, were you just about to show your O face to your wife? And then when they lost, were you just kind of like just depressed?
No. Honestly, when I watched the game, and like my whole thing was, okay, are they going to put the ball in James Robinson's hands? Because to be honest, when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, it's like first off, he's getting his wake up call in the NFL. Him and Urban Meyer, first off, they're realizing that, hey, this shit is not a game. You're facing Alabama to the 10th power.
You don't
every
have a
Sunday.
Vanderbilt on your schedule every week?
Right, exactly. So, and the thing about it is, like I didn't like the fact where they traded away Minshew because, we talked about it before. Rookie quarterbacks need at least a year or two to be able to learn, have the clipboard, and be able to see the game from the sidelines. It'll help them, in the long run. So just throwing them in the game, you can tell, well, first off, Trevor Lawrence, he looks timid, especially now that he realizes that these linebackers are just as fast as these running backs. So he's getting lit the hell up. And it's like his timing with the ball, it's like, okay, he's trying to get it out, not because of the timing with the receiver. It's like, I'm trying to get out, so I'm get my ass, on my back. So when they had that lead, I didn't trust it. I was like, okay, it's good. I'm happy to get the lead, but something's going to happen. I don't trust it. And as you see, it unfolded, and the Cardinals in the
I
winning the
believe
game.
I believe BJ said it last week, is that when there's a flea flicker, nothing bad really happens. It's either
Nothing.
incomplete or it's a touchdown. It's a
Nothing.
long, except when it's Jacksonville and you throw
Y'all-
a pick six on a flea flicker.
You guys
No,
made me look like a complete asshole. The
Dude.
same week I said it, you could have waited another week. Like when everybody, the any listener would have forgotten about it next week, but no, you had to do it the same week I said it.
dude, like
And then not even an interception, a pick six.
pick six. And that's the thing. Like I was like, okay, you didn't think to like
hold on
throw
a
out of
second.
bounds.
Hold on a second. On a flea flicker, there's only one guy downfield. So that means there were 10 Jaguars that guy had to run through to get to the end zone. And he did it.
I mean, it's a level of
Definitely.
incompetence that has rarely been achieved.
Everybody
Yeah.
above the players should be thrown in the dumpster.
It's already on fire.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's the
it's
players. I think the players with the coach they believed in and the system they believed in, you'd see a mediocre team.
Right.
It's what 9-8.
Yeah.
They could do it. They might need a few roster moves here and there, but there's competent players out there.
Right.
This is embarrassing. Y'all are the Florida State of the NFL right now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think us and the Jets are kind of like.
You wouldn't say that? Just because there's 3 Florida State doesn't mean you can say I wouldn't say that.
I mean, I don't think. Well, I believe that we're better than the Jets.
Says who?
That's something to be proud of?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying, like
I mean, that's like going out and somebody's like, I pay my taxes. Good for you.
The people that say I take care of my kids. No shit.
You want a cookie?
Yeah. The alternative not taking care of your kids was pulling out initially. That's the only thing.
But I mean, for me personally, I just chalk this as another losing season. But look.
No,
at
this
this
isn't
point,
a losing
as long
season.
as James Robinson,
like if you were at 6-11, this would be a losing season. This is
another
pathetic.
You know what?
And,
That's okay.
and another one.
As long as James Robinson get me my points in my fantasy football and I remain undefeated, I'm good at this point.
I'm surprised he's getting you points in fantasy football. You guys are behind so much. Figured be throwing more.
I mean, well, they're giving him the ball because he's the only one that's able to shake people off.
It's too dangerous for y'all to throw.
That's fine. As long as you know what, Urban keep giving him the rock.
And don't forget, they tanked their season. They tanked for treasure.
We got to get our technology up so we can play the clip of him freaking out after the draft.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just like any other fan. Like they get excited about their team, and then reality hits, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like we're like,
No, dude. See,
so
I don't get that excited about the Lions. Okay, I actually quote the great Lizzie Hills, like, "I don't miss you, I miss the misery." That's what I feel about the Lions.
And I really don't get that excited about the Cowboys, but there's so much hate
Shit.
directed. Listen, there's so much hate
Shit.
directed to me as a Cowboys fan that you wind up radiating and back out when you win. So like when the Cowboys win, it's like, yeah, how'd that feel? I know it hurts. You're mad now. You are mad. Oh, jeez. So yeah, no, you can ask a lot of people when I talk about the Cowboys. It's not like, oh, they're going to do this, and it's not. I understand there's holes in this defense. There's holes here and there, but man, you take on so much hate that when they win, it's like, yeah, I know you're butthurt.
Are you talking about that conversation you had with Zoe?
Oh, he's butthurt. He's butthurt. He's so mad because as soon as I knew I got him, as soon as I said y'all were spotted 7 points and got smoked, that was it.
So for the listeners who's listening, right? Zoe is a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. Like
Bullshit.
diehard.
He had a Cowboy starter jacket in middle school.
I remember.
Yeah, he's not a diehard shit. He was a McNabb fan and then hung on.
I'm sure a lot of people were. So BJ and Zoe are always talking
story
shit to
out
each other about.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty aggressive.
It's football. That's supposed to get aggressive, even the fans,
I told him their quarterback's garbage.
because he is.
I've never seen so many medium range passes. It looked like Ben Roethlisberger was out there. It was excellent. I just hope they sign him to an extension.
See, and that's the problem, is they probably will, because it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Yes, it is the devil you know versus the devil you know, and he might play just enough to keep him signed. Oh, it'd be awesome.
2 words: Kirk Cousins.
Yes, put him in football purgatory. Lose once every 4 years to him. That'd be great. He'll be a Cowboys fan again in no time.
Oh yeah. Oh, you guys are hilarious.
We're avoiding the NFL pickup. That's what we're doing.
Yes,
we
are.
We got to talk about the shit. We have to talk about how terrible we are.
Gauntlet, right?
I know, right? Just get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
BJ got 2 right last week.
We are stupid.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah, I did not, but BJ got 2 right last week.
Golly, our winning percentage is close to our tax bracket.
Oh,
jeez.
So for those who can't see the screen, obviously, so the Cincinnati Pittsburgh game, I was the only one that picked Cincinnati because Pittsburgh is god awful.
Yeah.
Green Bay versus San Francisco. I almost got this one right, but BJ called the douchey level of Aaron Rodgers.
Telling you, man, the douchier he is, the better he plays. He's dangerous this year. Super dangerous. Look at that haircut.
And the LA Chargers versus Kansas City. BJ was the only one that picked the Chargers because, again, we all thought that Kansas City had an offensive line, which they don't. And then the game I want to save for last was Tampa Bay versus LA. We made a bunch of comments about the line of this game. How, what are they seeing? What are they doing? And we were like, what the hell? Why is this even? Tampa's going to cream.
We know nothing.
We know
nothing.
So I do want to kind of break down how these lines actually work for everyone that actually cares. So Vegas doesn't actually believe that Tampa Bay and LA were equal. They believe that everyone else thought they were. They believe that they can get enough bets on both sides to kind of even it out if they made it equal. And so Tom Brady is what they call a public player on a public team. So teams he's on are always going to get extra points because of who they are. The Cowboys fall in that too. Notre Dame falls in that too. They always get extra points on the line because they know that people are always going to bet on them regardless of what the line actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I had a friend of mine tell me multiple times those skyscrapers in the desert were not built on gumdrops and lollipops. They are built on stupid people like us.
Yes. Fools. Fools and slot machines.
And they know what they're doing. So if there's something that seems just completely out of whack, there's probably a reason for it.
Man. But yeah, that Bucks Rams game. Do you think that the Bucks just had an off night, or they got punched in the mouth pretty good?
I think Aaron Donald caused the Bucks to have an off night.
And the Bucks are down to they called Richard Sherman, who's being looked at for something he had going on with the police. So they're desperate at corner. They lost two of their starters.
Yep.
Jamel Dean's knee injury, they said, is not as serious as previously thought. It's still a knee injury on a guy that cuts. It's going to take a few weeks.
Right. Yeah.
If he doesn't re-injure it, which I hope he does not. But
Now, the nice thing about Tampa is that they're probably going to recover this week because they are playing New England.
Ooh.
And so we'll just call this game now. I'm actually probably not going to be able to watch this game because I don't know if you guys heard, NBC and YouTube TV, who I have for my streaming service, are in a contract dispute. And I got an email today, like, if it's not resolved by end of day on Thursday, they're just cutting off all NBC channels from YouTube TV. They're reimbursing us money. Yep.
I can fix that. I can fix that for you.
Okay. But yeah, so the dispute is essentially that YouTube TV, Google, good sized company, went up to NBC and went, look, you're charging us $10 a month for us to have your channels. You charge everyone else to get them for $5 a month on Peacock. We just want to be able to charge our customers the same. And NBC went, no. So they went, okay, well, fuck you. We're dropping you.
Good.
Right.
So,
Good. I like it. I'll deal with the inconvenience to have the fuck you go through.
Yep. And when they came up with it, I looked at the list of channels I was losing. Okay, NBC. Okay, I'll lose a football game a week. Notre Dame games I don't care about. NBC, Deportes, don't care. Bravo, don't care. And I'm like, okay, you got $10 a month.
I know. Thanks. Appreciate that. We'll take it. We will take it.
So, but yeah, we'll start with that game because I just kind of started it. So Tampa's in New England. Tampa's a 6.5 point favorite. And again, going back to the gambling lesson before, home teams normally get an extra 3 points. So essentially, if it was played in a neutral site, the line would actually be 9.5. And so since it's in New England, it's 6.5.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely going with Tampa Bay.
I mean, how could you not? I mean,
the revenge factor here and the team he's bringing back.
Yeah.
The only thing that concerns me though is the inability to cover receivers, which is like the key to all defense in the NFL right now.
That concerns me. Jeez. If there was a competent quarterback they were going against.
They got an Alabama quarterback. They should be fine, right?
Yeah, but they don't have Alabama receivers or Alabama offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots starting wide receivers: Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers, and I don't know who the other guy is.
Doesn't matter.
And I know, right? Exactly. And James White, he's not playing, so that takes away the passing effect. So I'm going with Tampa Bay. And plus, I know Brady's pissed that he lost last week.
Did you mean when they're in there that takes away the passing effect, or when they're out of there it takes away the passing effect? I'm confused. It seems like it does both.
I'll say it. It's James White. He's been Mac Jones' favorite receiver.
He's the best receiver.
But he's not a receiver,
right?
He's the best. He's the best receiver on the team.
Right, exactly. He's not playing, so Mac Jones is gonna have a long day ahead of him.
What didn't someone say that he was going to be the second coming of Tom Brady? He was going to be this great quarterback that led them to a Super Bowl.
Nobody here.
Nobody on this channel.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, none of us.
It was not me.
I mean, we're all kind of off, but geez.
Yeah, we might be your kind of stupid, but we ain't that kind of stupid.
That kind of stupid.
It was the Teddy Brewskis and those expatriate guys.
Oh, the ones with their CTE is showing.
Exactly.
Hey, stop talking about that. It kind of calmed down. I don't want them to take football on the live.
Oh, we'll still have football. Now, our kids, that's a whole nother story, but we'll still have football before we die. So.
Okay, good. I'm just
Yeah.
making sure.
Okay.
Really got nothing else to do on Sunday. Time for my football. That's it.
You could always go to church.
BJ didn't know what to say. He's like,
I'm just saving him editing. I just saved like 30 minutes of his day tomorrow. You're welcome. Baltimore and Denver.
So yeah, Baltimore and Denver. So we just talked about how Denver hasn't played anybody, and they're 3-0 against the teams that are combined 0-9. Baltimore needed a miracle NFL long field goal to beat Detroit.
Y'all are playing hard though. The Lions play hard. Yeah,
Detroit's playing
we
good.
got-
Yeah.
Detroit has talent and they play hard. They're having trouble getting over the hump. So
Yeah.
that is the thing about the Lions right now.
I'm
They're
not going.
winning. They're not a winning team, but they sure as hell aren't the Jets.
Yeah.
They sure as hell aren't the Jaguars.
No. So I'm not gonna lie. So we were out doing errands on Sunday, and I had the game up on my phone, and it was like 3rd and 19 or whatever, and Baltimore had it. It was just a few seconds left, deep in their own territory. I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, the Lions might actually win a game. Went and bought my son a Lego set from Kohl's. Got out to the car, and I got the alert that they'd lost. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
Magic. A doink. That's how it happened. A doink.
Yep. It still counts.
68 yard. It still
66
counts.
yards.
Sure
Yep.
does. Oh.
So BJ, who you got in this one? Denver's a 1.5 point favorite.
I'm gonna say Denver. I feel like this is where they're gonna prove that they can play with everybody.
Yeah, Dorian?
I'll pick against. I'll go Baltimore.
Oh.
Yeah, I picked Denver. And see, that's the thing. Like, we talked about Denver. They were a good quarterback away from being good.
The team's in place, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the start of the season. They had offensive weapons. They just needed a quarterback that could actually get the ball out. And Teddy's not the best quarterback, but he's solid.
Yeah.
I know I hate the saying because I think it's kind of gotten a bad rap. He is a great game manager. He's not going to kill you. And if you put weapons around him, you're going to be successful. You're going to be in a lot of games. And I think that's what Denver has done.
So, question for you. If there was a backup right now, so who would you rather have between Teddy Bridgewater and Jacoby Brissett?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy?
Yeah. Without hesitation.
Okay, here's a question for you. We'll go down that route. Who would you rather have? Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
For me, I think it's close. But
it is close. That's why it's a good question.
Sam Darnold, I would pick Sam Darnold because it seems as if he pushes the ball more down the field than Teddy Bridgewater.
See, I would go Teddy because to me, Darnold has always had flashes every so often.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'd have 3, 4, 5 games in a row. He looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then something bad would happen and his confidence would collapse.
Adam Gase is what happened.
He was bad before Gase got there.
Yeah, but that doesn't help. It just makes it worse.
Yeah. But his confidence would just be shattered. So I want to see what Darnold does when things go wrong. We've seen what Teddy does when things go wrong. I mean, the dude was out of football for 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
man,
to me, I'd pick Teddy. And now, at the end of the season, I could change my mind. But I want to see what Darnold does when things don't go right and how he recovers.
I like Teddy ever since he got exploded in that bowl game against Florida and continued to play the game.
Yeah.
If you get a second, look that YouTube clip of Teddy Bridgewater and Florida Gators, and he got exploded. And first quarter
again,
too.
And he came back.
Came back, won the
and
game.
That's who Teddy is. Again, he's not going to win the games himself, but he's going to make sure that you're in a position to win.
Right.
So the next game on the list is Pittsburgh versus Green Bay. Green Bay at home as a 6.5 point favorite. So, and BJ, to your point, Green Bay is going to cover this one.
Yes. Green Bay. Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers is got that team humming. Defense questionable, but they can still score with anybody. So
And that's
37
it.
seconds to win a game. Ouch.
Yeah, I'm going with Aaron and the Packers.
37 seconds, no timeouts, win a game. Ouch.
And so that's the thing. They can't stop anybody, but they might be able to stop Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh can't do jack shit this year.
I mean, all they got to do is take the linebacker, set him about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the passing game.
Yeah.
And that's the way that teams were against New Orleans last year. Is they knew Drew could not throw deep. They knew it, and so they just brought everyone up. Tighten the passing lanes. Now Drew was good enough to get him in there, but you cannot work the ball down the field that much.
Right.
And it bit him in the ass.
Man, those plays, like it's funny you mention that because I was speaking to someone, they were talking about the New Orleans offense. They were saying how they were like, well, Jameis, as a starting quarterback, even though Jameis can, throw the ball down the field, that still doesn't mean that he can make the offense efficient. And I was telling them, I said, you gotta realize something. Like when Drew Brees, when he was quarterback of the Saints, a lot of the plays that they called, those receivers did a lot of crossing routes, a lot of stop and go hitches for 15 yards. Like I don't remember Drew Brees even attempting a pass over 30 yards. I mean, if you guys remember, let me know. But I don't remember last year him throwing over a 30-yard pass, like literally a bomb to Michael Thomas or whoever.
It was something like that. It was bad.
Yeah.
It's all short.
And that's the thing is you have to at least try it.
Mhm.
You have to at least show that it's a weapon, show that you're willing to do it. It can be overthrown. That's okay. But you have to at least show them that you're willing to do it because otherwise they're going to creep up closer and closer and closer,
But
jam harder.
if the arm's not there, you're throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So you know what I mean? That's the problem.
And that's the thing, the Jameis versus Drew thing is Drew has always been super accurate wherever he was. What doesn't matter the length of the pass, he was always super accurate. He could always fit it into those windows. Jameis takes a risk he's not supposed to. On the flip side of that, the defense knows how to play Drew, and Jameis can push the ball down the field. Now it's risk versus reward.
He did it again this week. No, I was interrupting you. I'm sorry. He did it again this week, throwing while he's being friggin' tackled. He just got lucky, and Marquez Callaway jumped up and caught it at the back of the end zone. Like,
oh yeah,
he's still Jameis. Like, there's just shit he can't get over.
And we've called that once a knucklehead, always a knucklehead, and you can't turn it off, whether you're on the field or not. And you just kind of have to look at decision making, and sometimes it's like that's not the best decision. Now,
No.
I don't mind a quarterback throwing the ball away if they're getting sacked. It happens as long as you throw it away. And I'm talking like 5 rows into the stands. Don't try to make a play if it's not there.
That ball would have been picked off by so many safeties. That guy just had his head turned. I can't believe he threw the damn ball.
Yeah.
I'm just dumbfounded. Like, it just happened to you last week. You were getting tackled. You tried to fire it downfield. Somebody picked it off and returned it. Like, come on, Jameis.
And here's the problem. Because it worked, because he got away with it, he thinks he can do it again.
He thinks he's magic. That's the thing about some people that are magic, like Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he thinks he's magic. Jameis thinks he's magic. He thinks he can do things like with no explanation or like.
Yeah. No. Or he's like, you know what? I can throw that pass just like Aaron Rodgers.
I got that.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
You can't. Stay in your lane. In the words of LeVar Ball, stay in your lane.
I do want to say something though. Okay. Are we heaping way too much praise on a quarterback that's got 1 Super Bowl championship?
Aaron?
Yes.
Here's the thing though. He's pretty physically gifted, naturally. Physically gifted as a quarterback. And he's created this legend around him. I don't necessarily care for him, but like he's created a legend around himself. I've never seen a guy complete so many Hail Marys in his career. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's something about him. Unfortunately, he suffers from like what Romo was dealing with. When one part of the team's excellent, the other part of the team's struggling. Like they can't put an opposite side of the ball together to help. or a running game to help him. Like there's always something missing. So I think that's organizational failure, and I think that's why he wants out.
It's too late now. Not only is it too late in the season.
No, he could go to Denver, and the whole league could have a problem on there.
Oh God, if he was in Denver, Denver would never
The
lose.
whole league, that defense, and they have an okay running game, and Melvin Gordon's a multiple versatile running back. So yeah, man,
those receivers with Cortland Sutton and
yep,
Jerry Jeudy
and
Jerry
and the
Jeudy
other guy.
when he gets healthy,
Yeah. Ooh.
real problems.
Oh, and by the way, let's not forget Noah Fant out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
Noah
his
Fant's
rookie
in it.
year, the dude couldn't catch. He has improved so much.
You're a Fant?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean he came out of Iowa, and by the way, Iowa is like tight end U. They knew he could block, they knew he could run routes, and it was just a matter of getting his hands in the right position to catch the ball.
He seemed to have improved. I had him.
Yes.
I had to use him as rookie year in fantasy football. That's why I've been paying attention to him. And it was bad. It was bad. I watched games. He just dropped balls. It just seems like he's improved. So good for him.
Yeah, he was the Eric Ebron of his time.
Yeah. Boy, but Eric Ebron just kind of flashed in the pan and disappeared again.
Yeah.
So hopefully Fant has more of a consistent upward trajectory. That'd be
But
nice.
again, most tight ends from Iowa are consistent. They're not going to be the flashy Kyle Pitts, even though Atlanta doesn't know how to use Kyle Pitts.
They're trying though. They're targeting him. They're trying.
No. That last game they didn't target him at all.
Well, then they're stupid.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if Dan Quinn might not have been the problem. Maybe talent was the problem over there.
Maybe.
Outside of Julio, like who was there?
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's kind of hit and miss now.
Now,
Well, I mean, he has been for the last 3 or 4 years.
he has been since the Super Bowl.
Well,
And
Yeah.
I don't know if it broke him or what.
shit, wouldn't it break you?
Yeah.
You end a game in the first half, and all you
Yeah.
got to do is just clock manage and be smart about it, and you lose.
Exactly.
On the big, and this wasn't a regular season game, on the biggest stage in your sport.
Exactly.
And not just in the sport, the biggest stage of all time. Because let's
Oh,
not forget,
man.
the Super Bowl gets the highest ratings of any show ever.
Right. And Tom Brady still throws the Falcons to this day.
To this, wouldn't you though? Come on now, that is insane that happened.
Oh man, it's crazy.
So we do have one more game to pick. It's Las Vegas versus LA Chargers. Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite.
That is a tough game to pick.
It is.
Yes.
I was just the same thing.
I mean, we just talked about how Derek Carr is throwing the ball up and down the field.
This is the equivalent of Syracuse and Florida State,
But the teams are
with
good.
much better teams. Yes.
Right.
Oh man. I really like the Chargers. And when I did watch the Chargers-Cowboys game, I noticed the Chargers play with their safeties deep, which is going to slow down the ability of the Raiders to push the ball down the field, which is what they like to do. So, that being said, spam Darren Waller. I'm going with Vegas.
Going with Vegas.
Yep.
Dorian.
I don't know if Vegas has an answer for Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, so I'm going with the Chargers.
Man, they've had the answer for everything else this year.
Yeah.
3 weeks. I'm not trying to flip your pick or anything. I'm just saying
No.
they're probably the shocker to me.
Yeah.
See, I pick Vegas just because the Chargers are coming off that big emotional win against Kansas City, and to try to turn it back around. And Vegas is not the team to turn it back around. I mean, they're playing with confidence. They're playing with hope.
Wait a second here. I just looked at something. They haven't really played anybody. They played the Ravens, which is somebody. They played the Steelers and Dolphins.
Yeah.
Barely beat the Dolphins. Only scored 26 and allowed 17 in the Steelers game.
Are you changing your pick?
I don't like doing that. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm picking that pick with a little less confidence than I did before.
Fair enough.
I just don't like that.
Is it safe to say that Vegas is playing with house money? they're probably like,
I see what you
Hey,
did there. I see what you did there.
I see what you did there. I don't think. What do they have to lose?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like things are bad last year. They're trying to bounce back from that. Things have been kind of rocky in the personnel department with Mike Mayock and all that. So, I mean, yeah, they're sticking to their guns, and I think it's got to be this year or bust. Would you think?
Yeah.
yeah,
And the thing with the Chargers, like watching that Cowboys game, is they're young, and by that they'll make mistakes. They should have beaten the Cowboys. Not thing on that it came down the last play, but they had 2 touchdowns called back on penalties. And I don't. When I saw that, I don't trust them to learn in a 2-week span to overcome that.
yeah. I see what you're saying. Do you think the Raiders defense has enough on their front defensive on their defensive front to be able to get pressure to Justin Herbert?
I do, especially after watching them get after Lamar Jackson, and I think they do enough to rattle him at least.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, because Herbert, when he was in college, if he got rattled early, he was an interception machine. It was when he got on track and was rolling. That's when he would just put up the numbers. But if you could hit him and hit him often, what was it about Bobby Johnson to the echo of the whistle, you can get to him.
Yeah. He has a little Ben Roethlisberger in him too, as far as like he's hard to bring down.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting he's like 6'6", 240.
he's a big surfer dude.
Yeah. That he is. And it's like you're gonna have to, grab him, as far as tackling him, you're gonna have to try to tackle him from his arm, because if his arm is open, him being 6'6", he can see those spots, still be able to hit a receiver if you're taking him down by his legs.
Yeah, but here's the problem though. Okay, he's 6'6". He does have the arm talent. All you gotta do is delay that by just a half a second,
Mm-hmm.
or just not as much torque on it, and all of a sudden that window is tight.
That's true. Indeed.
So guys, we suck at our NFL picks, and what do? We all pick pretty much the same teams in the games.
So we're just
So-
going to continue to be terrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least we'll be terrible together.
Misery loves company.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Real quick, just want to change sports for a moment.
hold on.
Oh,
Dorian,
right,
before we do,
right.
let's take a quick break, and we'll get right to that.
Gotcha.